This is how I am running my marketing agency and the lessons I have learned, plus what not to do when running your own marketing business or a business in general. Hi, I am Liv. I am 21 years old. I am from Denmark, and around a year ago I started my first business, and since then I started to build my own marketing agency. Now I'm working full-time on my marketing agency together with my partner while traveling. In this video, I will be sharing the most important things of when it comes to getting success with your marketing agency, or actually just any business in general. But of course, it might apply best to marketing agencies, as this is what I will be focusing on in this video. I will be sharing some lessons that I have learned, especially also what to do and what not to do. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you about is client acquisition, because as we all know, the most important thing when it comes to running a business is getting customers. And when running a marketing agency, we wanna get more clients. Always, because that is how we grow. So some of the most important things here is, of course, you need to do something to get clients. So here I'm talking about mostly cold outreach. And what I would suggest here is that in the first very long time, even though I know it's so boring and no one really want to do it, but you have to do all the cold outreach yourself until you find a really good and trusty method to use that you know is working. Once you have a perfect method that you know is working, you can scale that and you can hire other people such as VAs or anything like that to really scale it and get more volume, so that you will actually get more meetings, meaning in the end more clients. And yeah, as I said, you can always scale it with more volume, but I will only really recommend you to do that once you have a proven method. And something that you also need to be very aware of is the laws in your country. So as an example, I'm from Denmark, and in Denmark it's actually illegal to contact people without their agreement to it. So as an example, I can't send cold DMs on Instagram, LinkedIn, any social platform, because that's actually illegal. The only thing we really can do is do cold calling. So that, of course, does a lot in terms of how much outreach we can do. But yeah, that's something you have to be aware of in terms of what market you're trying to target. That rhymes, I guess. What I am doing, and what I would also recommend, at least it's working really well for me, is doing cold outreach on social media. That can be Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, anything like that. Maybe also TikTok. I haven't looked so much into that yet, but I think it could be worth it. And of course also doing cold email outreach. Be aware of where you're getting your leads from, because a lot of people have been contacted so many times before that they might be a lot harder to actually get a meeting with them, because they feel like every single person on the earth have contacted them about the exact same thing that you have been writing. So be aware of what you're actually writing in your scripts, in your email scripts. It's so important. It's so important. Don't just write like 1 or 2 sentences. It has to be really professional and personal as well. And some of the challenges I felt like I faced when doing this cold outreach, and honestly I'm also still facing it, is procrastination. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I guess so. I feel like I'm just putting it aside sometimes, because to be honest, no one really likes doing it, and it's really boring. It's just sending the same message over and over again so many times every single day, and it just gets a bit boring, and we need to have some more patience with it and all of that. So what I felt like was I was struggling with the feeling of, I don't want to spend my time doing this. It takes too much of my time, even though it's extremely important. Why can't I just hire someone to do it, and all of that stuff? And these thoughts do make a lot of sense, of course, but you shouldn't hire anyone to do it, even though that they might be so much better than you at doing it. Don't hire anyone until you know exactly how to do it, and also what works the best. Don't do anything until you have a proven method, because if you hire someone before you are the master of it, you won't be able to coach anyone if they have questions or if anything pops up. So you have to do it yourself for the very first long time. The second thing I want to talk about is team management, because at some point, of course, all of us only have a certain amount of hours in the day, and we have to really leverage those hours. But at some point, we can't do more than we're doing. So we need to get some more volume, and we need to hire some people to help us give more volume so that we actually in the end can get more clients. And here it's really important that whatever you're trying to outsource to a VA or an appointment setter, anything like that, that you know how to do it yourself first. I know I've already said that, I don't know, 10 times, but it's so important. I hate to hear it myself, but it's true. So when you're hiring someone, make sure that you know how to coach them very well, because everyone will need to be trained, at least in the beginning. And I would also recommend to be really good at building good rapport and relationship with your team members, as well as having good communication with them. After all, they are helping you build your company. The third thing I want to talk about is standing out in the marketing agency space or in your market in general, whether you're a marketing agency or a completely other business. We all know that it's very important to stand out, because if you look completely like all the others, why would anyone choose you above them? That's something you have to be very aware of. And of course, there is a lot of different things that you can do to stand out. Some of the most important things that I would recommend you to do is maybe not something that will make you stand out, but it's something that will make you stand out in the long term, in terms of you actually being some of the very few people who actually get success. So this would be 1, staying consistent and being patient. So I know that you might have heard this a lot of times, but a small thing like switching niches. Let's say you've been trying out a niche for a couple months or so, and you don't really feel like it works. You're getting a bit anxious. You don't really know if it was the right choice and all of that stuff. So you're maybe like beginning to wonder, should I change my niche? Maybe this niche works better. Maybe this is better. What should I do? Don't change anything until you have tried it for a very long period. And here I'm not just talking about 2 months or whatever. Like honestly, I would say at least half a year, and that's not even a long time. At least, yeah, half a year to a year before you're trying to do anything. And that's simply because everything takes time. It takes time for you to learn it. It takes time for you to learn how to implement the right strategies in order for everything to work in the niche. And one of the best things that you can do for yourself is getting to know your niche extremely well. The better you know your niche, the better and more success you will get as a company. And another thing that can make you stand out is of course things such as service delivery, how you handle customer service, and your branding, like all of that stuff. It's also really important, but I would say the most important thing that you can do for yourself to make you stand out in the longer term, it would be getting to know your niche extremely well. And again, just staying very consistent with everything that you do, which actually leads me on to the next point. Knowing that it takes time to grow a business. This includes a lot of different things, of course, but first of all, you have to be passionate about it. You can't just invest 10%. You have to invest 100% in this if you actually want to grow a company. You can't just take one foot in and leave one foot out. You have to be all in if you actually want this to grow and to be everything that you want it to be. Another thing is, I know that especially at this point, like the time period that we're in right now, where there's so many different ways to make money and there's so many different ways to build a company, build a business and get success. And what I just find kind of sad is that it's being pictured as something extremely easy, like as everyone can just go out from one day to another and make $1 million or something like that. It's just not how it works, at least not 99% of the time. So don't rely on the thought that you think you can just make hundreds and millions of dollars within a very, very short time frame. So as an example, like the past couple months, in our marketing agency, we've had some problems with like service delivery and actually also getting good enough clients, closing, and all of that stuff. And that's really huge problems, as if you, one, can't get enough clients, you're not gonna grow. Two, if you can't get them good results, well, you're gonna lose all of your clients and you're definitely not gonna get new ones. So that's really huge problems, but that doesn't mean that it's all over or that I should just give up or switch niche or anything like that. Definitely not. It just means that I have to work on it, and I know that if I work on it, I'm gonna find a solution to it. I'm always gonna find a solution. So yeah, I really hope that this makes sense, because it's just so important to not expect your business journey to be extremely easy, because I think that a lot of people tend to believe that, at least like right now, where everything just seems so easy and people are selling courses that says get rich in 30 days or whatever, and there's all of these different things that we can try and we can buy and blah 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 to earn money, but most of the time that's just not the case. So yeah, that was just, I don't know if all of this maybe sounds a bit vague. If you want to get more direct ways to do it, if so, please just leave a comment down below, because then I can make a video on any topic that you like. If I should come up with a conclusion of this, I would say what all in all I have learned from the start until now is that I've actually enjoyed it a lot, because in general I do like to work. I really enjoy it. Of course, I also need to earn some money in the end, because otherwise it's not profitable for me. But I have also learned that it just takes time. It takes a lot of time and effort before it will actually give you a lot of value back, if that makes sense. And yeah, I have learned that doing outreach is really important, and volume is really also important. As soon as you have a proven method, just scale it, put more volume on, so that you will get more meetings and more clients. Something that I've also learned is the thing about service delivery. That's one of course, the most important things, because if you have a bad service delivery, you're not really going to get a lot of success. But you're not going to have great service delivery right from the beginning. We didn't. There's not really anyone that are going to have that, but that doesn't really matter, because as long as you improve a little bit month by month, that's perfect. And even though that you've been running your agency for, let's just say 5, 10, 20 years or whatever, there will always be things to improve on. Also, like as the time shifts and everything like that. So as long as you keep improving always and always, everything is just gonna be alright. And yeah, of course, team building is also really important in terms of being able to actually scaling and growing your agency, because at some point you're not able to take on more work. And again, I'm just gonna mention the most important things. So please stay consistent and be patient with it. Know that a successful company takes time, passion, and patience to get success with. Does that make sense? Yeah, I hope it does. I really hope that you got something out of this video. I want to say, if you're wondering or thinking about building your own company or starting your own business, do it. And if you have any video ideas for me in the future, please leave them in the comment below. And if you did find this video helpful, motivating, inspiring, anything like that, please like the video and leave a subscribe. I would be really, really happy for that. And yeah, other than that, I just want to wish you a really lovely day and see you in the next video. Bye.